Hello everyone and welcome to Wildfire Earth. My name is Bradley and today we're going to be doing a new moon reading. I've gotten a few new decks and we're going to try them out and see how they go. We're going to start with the Queen of the Moon Oracle today by Stacey DeMarco. Then right after that we're going to shift over to the Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay to get some advice from the Queen and the King of the Fairies on the dark moon. And then we're going to jump into Urban Tarot to see what's going on within our physical lives. And lastly, we'll be getting a daily dose from the angels and your spirit guides through the daily healing cards for awakening your best self. All right. As we all know, new moons are times of transition, times of release, times of banishing any negativity that you have in your life and taking charge of your life. It is also time for planting seeds of something that you want to take into fruition, because as we go into the new moon, the moon's phase is shifting from waning to waxing. So it is moving into the waxing towards the full moon. So let's start off today with using our cards. We're going to jump into the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what we need to... Ooh, there's the card. All right. Long night moon, darkness. Look at that. Okay, so this is absolutely beautiful. It's also coming in with the number 40, which simplifies down to 4. Now, I am also seeing here a dark rabbit, which is about fertility. And this is kind of similar to what I was talking about with new moons, that it is a time of planting seeds, not necessarily fertility. So if you do start something on this new moon, it is going to be nurtured. You must treat it kind of like a child or an infant. Nurture it, give it sustenance, keep going with it. This isn't going to be one of those instant manifestation new moons. This is going to be a new moon where it is something you keep working at, kind of like writing the long novel if you want to, take it that way. So it's not something that, just instantly pops up and it's instantly done. It takes time. There's other factors that come in. There's growth along with it. And then here I'm also seeing that we have the juniper tree in midwinter. So it has berries on it. Now, juniper is all about protection. There used to be an old Irish saying that the wise man fears a moonless night. And that used to be because that was rumored to be whenever the singing stones would sing themselves and they would call the fae into our world. Because it was thought that at that time, whenever our moon was dark, it was in the fairy realm, that it was full. So they are kind of considered like a mirror image of our realm. So this is why I thought it would be a great opportunity to also move into the Oracle of the Fairies to kind of get some insight from the fairy realm, since we are closely linked on the new moon. Now the juniper tree here also stands for protection. So this would be a great time to cleanse your house, cleanse your home, cleanse your physical body, your mental body, and your spiritual body with releasing. If you have juniper incense, or if you have some cedar or white sage with juniper in it, burn that throughout your home, open the windows, and let that negativity go out while you are using the smudging or sage to bring in positive energy. It's time for a shift, and that's what this long night moon is about. It's been a long time coming. So thank you so much, Queen of the Moon Oracle. That was absolutely beautiful. Amazing that the dark moon came up whenever we're asking about a new moon. Have any of you seen that Neowise comet? I think it's absolutely stunning. You can almost see the tail with your own eyes. All right, so we have some cards jumping out. I'm actually going to ask the fairies if they would give me a little bit less. Okay, there's one. All right, so that's going to be from the Queen, and here is the message from the King. Okay. The Queen says it is time to find your balance. So let's have a look here. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Balancing. I am also hearing that this is going to be a time of balancing of karma. karmic balances. So you might find that after this new moon, you might have been worrying about things from your past. They've been stressing you out. They've been weighing you down. They will no longer have that power over you. I actually was given a beautiful visual to do from my spirit guides to release yourself from unwanted stress. They said, take a moment to visualize that you're walking over a stream or a bridge, and you come to a pool where there's this beautiful waterfall coming down. And as you're visualizing, you can actually take out negative things out of your body, out of your mind, out of your heart even. If you're struggling, with issues of forgiveness or letting go of past traumas, you can actually remove these in the vision and place them in the spring to be purified, cleansed, and cleared, and they will go on their way. And then you can come out of that visualization lighter, happier, and healthier. It's all about finding a balance, because the only imbalance is whenever there's too much of something. A little bit of darkness is fine. That helps you survive. That helps you keep your wit about you and your instincts. Those are there for primal survival, okay? But then we have an opportunity as humans right now to become more aware of our circumstance and more aware of our role in the world and how we are the keepers of the garden. So I think a lot of us have forgotten that we were supposed to be here to take care of the earth. And instead, we're started to, what can we get from the earth? And that is where this imbalance is coming. You get what you give. We must give. So in order to give, you have to refill your cup. And that's very important. So remember, as you're doing your cleansing ritual tomorrow on the new moon, and you're doing your releasing, don't forget that what you release, fill in with light, fill in with joy. Take time to drum, take time to sing, take time to dance and celebrate and eat good food and sustenance, so that you're replacing what you took out. Otherwise, you're just going to have a void or an energetic hole that darkness can just flow right back into. This is where a lot of us get stuck in those same patterns, is we keep letting go, we keep removing it, and we're like, why does it keep coming back? Why? It's because you're not refilling that cup with goodness and light. That's the balance, okay? And then the King of the Fae, his message is look in a book. Whatever your questions right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Funny that you should mention that, King of the Fae, because I actually wrote a book. It's called Wildfire Earth, Heart, Soul, and Spirit. You can find it on Amazon right now. And I actually do several exercises where we talk to the Fae realm, and we actually work with Fae beings, because it is a part of my Celtic shamanism tradition, and I love working with them. But right now, they're saying that to help you find this balance, okay, that the Queen is talking about, and to help you understand this careful planning, this manifestation, slow manifestation that is coming through, right? A slow manifestation that is coming through, you might need more study at this time. So they're saying you might not quite fully understand everything at surface level right now. It's because you're growing and more study is needed. So it's beautiful that the King of the Fae is bringing that in, because a lot of those magic books, a lot of those things are channeled from the fairy realm and from these other multi-dimensions, and they bring in those energies. So tonight would be a perfect night to sit down and figure out what area of study you need to dive into in order to bring your life back into balance. What have you been neglecting? Have you been neglecting your spirit? Have you been neglecting your diet? There are wonderful books out there that are magical, and like green witchcraft books, beautiful, sage witchery, druidism. They all have these beautiful diets, and a lot of people are going vegetarian as well. So it's good to remember that these type of things and watching your diet and what we learn from books can help us raise our vibration. So it's very important to continue to study. Ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Is it out of habit, or does it have a purpose? Okay, because a lot of habits a lot of habits take us down dark paths, and that's where addiction lies. We don't want to go there. We want to stay in balance in our person. It's okay to have some guilty pleasures every now and then. It's when it becomes excess, and that, I feel like that's what this moon, in the new moon in Cancer, is shifting to show us, is where we're in excess and where we can shave off, some round the edges, soften those edges so that we can both help our physical tempers and our spiritual awareness to lighten, to open up, so that we can go to higher realms of understanding. It's all about reaching a higher perspective. All right, let's dive into the tarot and see where we're getting our past, present, and future from. I hope you all are having a blessed, beautiful new moon. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. The stars are splendid, and it is hot here. I don't know about where you are, but it is full-on summer in full swing, and so it has been practically muggy. My grandmother would say it's close. I always thought that was cool because it's like personifying the air, and it's like close, like right up on you. All right. Let's see, which deck shall we use? Here we go. Here's our messages from the tarot. Thank you, Father and Mother, for that information. We're going to pull these now. Oh, now I don't read upside down. All right, so we have the Princess of Wands coming out first, the Prince of Cups, and then the Hierophant. Okay, so this is dealing with our passions and desires, our emotions, and how those can shift us into a more spiritual and fulfilling life, where we can be inspirational to others, where we can help others on their path as well. If you're watching this reading, you may be a fire sign or a water sign, and possibly even an earth sign with the Hierophant coming in here. But I'm really getting that this is not so much about zodiac signs, and this is more about embracing your creativity. Okay, so here we have the Princess of Wands. She's a beautiful fire dancer, and we can see her there. She is very open. She is not ashamed of her body. She's not ashamed of her sexuality. And the moon reminds you not to be ashamed about your wants and desires, and that you need to speak up about what you want. Be authentic. Be willing to be vulnerable. Sometimes in a hard world, it takes vulnerability to actually shake things up, because we're all so busy hiding behind the curtain, right, that we're not the one on stage. And they're saying right now, it is time for you to be the one on stage. It is time for you to shine your light. The message is as simple as that. Don't let your emotions get in the way, okay? Don't mistake the forest for the trees, okay? Because they're wanting you to see the bigger picture here, okay? They don't want you to get stuck on the past. You see how this space, outer space is right there? I feel like this is the void. And in looking into the void to work on shadow work, sometimes we can get hung up on it. But they're telling me that that is just one of many facets of who you are. And you keep trying to recall the past, and guess what? Where focus goes, energy flows. That means if you're focusing on the past, you're not living in the present. Your magic isn't in the present, and you have no ability to shape the future if you're turned towards the past. So they're telling you right now, turn around, face what is going on right now in your life. If you're living in depression, if you're living in anxiety, if you're living in fear, you're living in the past. You're living in the area of what if, the realm of what if this, henny penny, the sky is falling. You can't constantly worry about the negativity. This is also showing me here there's lots of negativity going on in the world, and it is up to you about what you let into your emotional body, what you let affect you. So that's going back to this juniper protection and finding balance, okay? So some of you hitting the books might need to look into grounding, centering, protection, shielding, okay? That's what some of these books you're going to be looking into. And then as you master this skill, The Hierophant is all about mastery, but it is also about challenging the status quo. So right now, we have a lot of us that will be receiving spiritual messages at the dark side of the moon. These are coming directly from your multidimensional brothers and sisters and working in close contact with the Fey realm. It's very important that you keep those open. So this might be a time to brush up on some of those meditations and exercises to help you open your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. These upper chakras are essential during dark moons. However, so are the lower chakras. Don't forget about your solar plexus and your sacral and your root chakra. They are your foundation. So many of us have gotten up into the higher chakras that we have completely neglected the lower chakras, and we are suffering for it. We're not all here. We're not all together. We seem kind of disoriented or out of it, or the collective affects you too much. If you feel like you're being bombarded by energy, get back into those grounding rituals. Get back into those protection ceremonies. Start with the basics. Return to the basics. So thank you, King and Queen, for that message that really comes home through here. I want to take a moment just to look at the cards and see if there are any messages coming up for you right now. Feel free to share them down in the comments. I would love to hear what you're picking up. And I think it's absolutely beautiful because each of us see different signs. So this book here also might be looking back through some of your tarot readings. This is a great time to do that, to see what has manifested, because it's what you do in the darkness or what people don't see that counts. Because a lot of people see people that are successful and, you know, rich or famous, and they don't realize how much hard work they have to put in behind the camera, right? How many interviews, how many denials, how many, all of these crazy rehearsals and things they have to go through to put on a beautiful production for you. And I've been getting a message that life is just a giant production, you know, and we're all going to go through the gates of the twilight in our later days, you know, and I think we're going to come in and all of our loved ones and our friends are going to be like, wasn't that the most beautiful play you've ever been a part of? And yes, it is, because we're all here to learn. We're all here to grow, and we're all here to play our roles perfectly. So let's get our last bit of information for this new moon. Father and Mother, I just ask that if there was any last information, angels, spirit guides, speak to our readers and watchers today and let them know that you're here. Oh, wow, they are definitely here. The card went flying. Okay, and they want me to show you this image first. So they are saying some things might not be clear about this reading right now, but it will come into focus. Ha ha ha. It will come into focus soon, okay? So just heed the words, do the work, and you will understand. And here's the message. Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. That is absolutely beautiful. You are all starseeds. You are all brilliant, amazing souls here having a human experience. And I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can check out the links down below, or you can find me on Wildfire Earth on Facebook and Instagram, or even Twitter. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know that you're enjoying these videos, and if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. Once again, my name's Bradley, and I hope you all have a blessed new moon in Cancer.